What is up, foodies, and welcome back to another episode. Today is very gloomy out, and supposedly we're going to be hit with a storm over the next couple of days. So, yeah, it's just kind of one of those weird days where it's just like kind of cold, humid, and overcast. But today we are hitting up Burbank, and we're just going to go kind of just a day in life of what you can do in Burbank. There is a million things to do in Burbank. There's a lot of shopping, there's a lot of, restaurants, bars. So, this is just a very short context of what Burbank has to offer. There's a million things, so if I leave something out, which I'm going to, don't get upset. Burbank is probably one of my favorite cities in all of LA County because it has that small town vibes. Like people are walking around. There's just so much to do. There's a lot of vintage shops, great places to eat at. Also, if you aren't familiar, it's kind of the capital of the entertainment industry. There's studios like WB and Disney that are here. So let's go hit up a couple spots in Burbank, and yeah, let's just see what kind of adventure we get into.
So first on this Burbank tour, we are going to hit up Magnolia Boulevard. Magnolia Boulevard literally has all the bars, restaurants, shops. And my first shop that we are stopping at is Chance Vintage. It's a two-story shop that has obviously a lot of vintage clothes. Some clothes, that just recently came out. The pricing is very fair. They always have some kind of deals or events going on, so make sure to give them a follow. This time I picked out, I think, like three or four different shirts. I usually find a handful of things. So the minute I walk in here, there is something that I want or need. But yeah, if you're into vintage, especially, then hit this place up. Right down the street is Tony's Darts. I actually love this place a lot. It's a small little hole in the wall place. There's a pool table in the back that I didn't film because there's a bunch of kids running around. But they have a very large beer selection. I believe they also serve wine and they have food, vegetarian options as well. So yeah, overall this is a great place to be. But once I got all my drinks in, I had to hit up my other favorite place to shop at, and which is Game Realms. So they have vintage games, Sega Genesis, SNES, NES, more recent release like PS5, Xbox, all that as well. But yeah, if you're into video games, then this is the place to be at. And today they were actually doing a nice event where it's a bunch of vendors from the LA area gathered to just sell video games. Burbank Sports Cards is the place to be if you are into anything card related. This is Disneyland for all you card lovers. They have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Disney Lorcana. They have any sports cards you're trying to look for. They have it there autographed. Stuff from 50 cents all the way to thousands of dollars. But I mean, yeah, you could spend all day here. This is a great place to shop at. The new kid on the block is Broken Compass, which is a tiki bar that, if you have watched any of my videos, I love Trader Sam's. Obviously, I'm not going to Disneyland a lot, so this is as close as I'm going to get. It's like that enchanted tiki room. This little menu I thought was cool. It's like made out of wood, and it reminded me of like the Jumanji game. But yeah, I mean, overall, this place is great. I mean, just sitting here, you don't feel like you're in Burbank. You feel like you're somewhere else. They have rum drinks, they have whiskey drinks, pretty much any kind of drink you want, they have there. They can make it, so it's not just going to be rum. They also have food as well, so if you need any food, try them out. They have happy hour as well. I got a couple of their drinks, and both of them are amazing. This one in the spam cup I thought was just hilarious, so obviously I had to add that. And then food wise, we got some little fish stick balls, essentially, is what they were. But they came on this nice little platter. You have your sauce, your lemon, and then they had this little spray for your oil, which I thought was actually pretty good. And yeah, again, the food was decently priced, especially being happy hour. And I thought it was good for bar food. I enjoyed everything about this place. The price is on point. The vibe is on point. Everyone is super friendly here, so I highly recommend it. Like I said, I'm going to leave out a lot of places. There's so much to do in Burbank, but now we're going on the opposite side, closer to Toluca Lake, where they have a lot of good restaurants and bars there as well. But we are here for Jinya Ramen. I love Jinya Ramen. I've been to this location and the Studio City location, and this one is probably my favorite location, just because the outdoor seating makes you feel kind of like you're in Beverly Hills. Each menu is slightly different, but for the most part, you're going to find something similar at the same location. They did have this steam meat bun just as a special, which of course I had to order. And then I also got crispy rice, spicy tuna as an appetizer. And again, I feel like I keep saying this every time I have a new crispy rice, but this is probably one of my favorite ones. It's not super hard, it's not super chewy as for the rice, and the spicy tuna was just phenomenal. It wasn't too spicy and just had a good amount of flavor. The meat bun was also really good as well. I would highly recommend that. I'm not sure how long this special is going on for, but this one should be on your radar. Next, let's get into the ramen because obviously that's in the name. I usually get the cha cha cha, which is full of garlic, but this is the wonton ramen. The broth was phenomenal. The wontons are kind of like garlicky ginger chicken, but these were super good. Highly recommend Jinya for ramen. Beautiful spot here in Burbank. Now, it wouldn't be a Burbank tour without hitting up Porto's. Also, a little hack for you. You can order ahead. You can't actually get sandwiches, but you could get like the potato balls, some desserts, and drinks. So you can skip that line. This is one of their cafe lattes. Phenomenal. I love their drinks that they always make. And of course, I had to get the seafood potato ball, which is their special. Get it while you can, because once it's gone, you have to wait a whole another year. We also got some empanadas, which is also flawless. Spicy potato balls, which I highly recommend over the normal potato balls. And then the tamales. The tamales are decently priced and pack so much flavor.
So again, as I mentioned, there is so much to do in Burbank, and I know I left out so much. So don't get upset if your favorite bar, restaurant, shop wasn't listed in this video. Honestly, I could probably do a million Burbank videos and I still won't cover everything. Burbank is literally one of my favorite cities in all of LA. I mean, they have so many good coffee shops, so many good restaurants, bars, mom and pop stores that I just love to support. Yeah, it's I mean, you could spend a whole day out there just going around, shopping, eating, drinking, and it's close by to everything else as well. One thing too is the WB tour is also in Burbank, so if you do want to see sets from your favorite WB shows and movies, and I think they have like a little place for like Friends and Harry Potter, that is also in Burbank too. Maybe I'll do a review on that someday. But let me know what your favorite place is in Burbank when you go there. I absolutely love Burbank, so I will probably be doing another video eventually. But, until next time, follow me on IG at RockPaperFood, and keep eating, and send me your recommendations of what you're eating in Burbank or what you're eating just in general. And until next time.